Okay then, my fabulous design team, how did you get on with your super veggies today? Did you have lots of fun making them? I hope you did. Right, let's think about our maths job for today then. So, to get our brains nice and warmed up, we're going to be doing some comparing, okay? I'll explain that in a second. And then once we've practiced our comparing, we're going to be looking at our veggies, thinking about how we can compare them, and then thinking about how we can measure them. Sounds good? Let's get started then. Okay. Have a look at the screen in front of you then, guys, and tell me what you can see. Can you see some Supertatoes? Can you see some evil peas? And let me see if my pen will work. What is this snazzy thing that you can see up at the top here? What do we call that? Well done, that's our number track, isn't it? And that helps us put our numbers in order. So we've got our number track to 10 to help us today. Now, I said today we were going to do some comparing. Now, comparing is when we put two things together, or sometimes you might have more than two things, but for us today, we're going to go for two things together. And we look at the things that are the same about them and the things that are different, okay? We're going to do that with Supertato and Evil Pea to get our brains warmed up today. So first of all, have a look at my tower of Supertatoes and my tower of Evil Peas. Can you compare them for me? So can you tell me which one is bigger and which one is smaller? Which one's bigger? Supertato, well done. And how do you know that Supertato is bigger than the Evil Pea tower? Well done. We know that he's bigger because he reaches higher up, doesn't he? He reaches higher up into the sky than Evil Pea. Now, I have to make sure when I'm comparing things, I have to make sure it's fair. So if you look at the bottom, look, Evil Pea and Supertato, they start from the same place at the bottom, don't they? I haven't scooched Evil Pea, so he's up high and it looks like he's taller. I've made sure they start at the same place. So a Supertato is taller than the Evil Pea tower. Well done, and we can see it by looking and comparing. Now we can also check by counting and comparing our numbers. How many Supertatoes have we got, guys? Count them for me. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Where is number 3 on our number track? Can you find it? Well done. Here's number 3. Okay. Count Evil Pea for me. How many? 2. Well done. Where's number 2 on our number track? Let's do that one in black. Here's number 2. Well done. Now then, which one is bigger, 2 or 3? Well done. 3 is bigger. It comes after number 2, which means it's got more in it. 3 is bigger than 2. So not only can we see that there's more Supertatoes than Evil Peas, when we look at our numbers on our number track, we can also see that there's more Supertatoes than Evil Peas because 3 is a bigger number than 2. It comes further up our number track than 2. Well done. Let's look at another one then. Oh, right. Have a look for me. Look first of all then. Evil Pea or Supertato, compare them. Which one's bigger? Which one's smaller? Can you tell me? Well done. Evil Pea is bigger this time, isn't he? He's the tallest this time because he reaches up much further into the sky than Supertato. Well done. Is it fair? Look, have I lined them up at the bottom? Oh yes, well done, Miss Coles. I have. Okay, let's think about comparing our numbers then. First of all, count Supertato for me, or can you subitize Supertato? Do you even need to count him? How many of him have we got? Well done, we've got 2. Here's our number 2. How many peas? Can you subitize them, or do you need to count them? Well done. I can see we've got 4 because look, if I've got 2 sweet potatoes and they match up there, and then I've got 2 more, 2 and 2 must be 4. Here's our number 4 on our number track, guys. So let's look at our numbers. Which number is bigger, 2 or 4? 4 is bigger. Well done, because it's further along our number track. The higher up our number track we go, the more we have, don't we? So 4 is 2 more than 2. It's bigger than 2. So there's more evil peas than sweet potatoes. Clever clogs thinking. Let's do another one. Next one. Oh, okay. What do you notice about this one? What could you tell me about sweet potato and evil pea this time? Can you tell me that one of them is bigger or smaller? No, well done. Does anyone know what the word is for when they look the way they do? When one doesn't go bigger or smaller than the other one, they are the same. Well done. They're exactly the same. Look, they're the same height. We can't say that one is bigger or smaller. So let's count and just make sure we've got it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sweet potatoes. Where's our number 5? Right in the middle. Well done. And how many evil peas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly the same. Well done. So sometimes we might have something that's bigger, we might have something that's smaller, or we might have something that's the same. That's okay. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, no pictures this time, just numbers. Can anyone tell me which number is the biggest number? Number 7 or number 3? Shout it at me. Well done. Number 7 is the biggest number. And if we look on our number track to check, here's our number 7. Here's our number 3. Look, 7 is all the way along here. It's got more in it than number 3. So it's our bigger number. 7 is bigger than 3. Well done. Let's do another one. Oh, what numbers have we got first of all? What's this one? Number 2. What's this one? Number 10. Well done. Shout it at me then, guys. Which number is bigger? Number 10 is bigger. Well done. And let's check. Here's our number 10. Where's our number 2? All the way down here. Here's our number 2. 10 is much bigger than 2. It's got lots more in it than our 2 has. So 10 is bigger than 2. Good comparing, everybody. Well done. Right, let's see about how we can use this comparing skills to help us with our veggies today. Okay then, guys, here is how we're going to use those skills to help us with our mathsy job today. Okay, so you need to collect yourself some vegetables again. Now, it might be the same veggies that you used for your sports day. You might use your super veggie that you made this morning. You can see my super carrots in there. It's up to you. You might use some fruit again today if you haven't got enough veggies. But today you can see that I have got my super carrot, a spring onion, a broccoli, a potato, and an apricot. Right. What I'd like you to do with your veggies and fruit first of all is to line them up and put them in height order. Now, this is something that we've practiced in school before, isn't it? When we did Stickman, can you remember? And we ordered them going from the smallest one all the way up to the tallest one. Well done. Now, can you see I've used the edge of the table to line my veggies up against to make sure that I'm being fair. I have to be fair, don't I, guys? Because otherwise, if I have one way up the table and one way down the table, I won't be able to tell which one is longer or taller because it won't be fair start. They have to start from the same place. Now, I know on the picture you might not be able to see my spring onion because it's hidden by my face, but I promise that the edge of my spring onion, it's got a long bit, and I lined that up really carefully. Okay, let's have a look at my veggies then. Can you tell me which one is the shortest or the smallest? Well done. The apricot is the smallest one. Which one's the tallest one then, or the longest one? Well done. Mr. Spring Onion is lovely and long and tall at the end there, isn't he? What could you tell me about the broccoli? What could you say? Shall I give you some examples? I could say that the broccoli is shorter than super carrot, but it's taller than the potato. There is another mathsy word I could use for my broccoli. He's in the middle because he's got two veggies that are taller than him and two veggies that are shorter than him. He's the middle one, okay? What could you tell me about super carrot? Who's he taller than? Well done, he's taller than broccoli and potato and apricot, isn't he? Who's he shorter than though? Well done, he's shorter than spring onion. Spring onion is the tallest of them all. So your first job this morning is to order your fruit in height order for me, just like we've done in school before, and see if you can use some of those snazzy maths words to help you describe how tall or how short they are, and to help you to compare them to each other. We're trying to use our comparative language today, and that's our words like tallest, shortest, smallest, taller, shorter, longer, smaller. All of those comparative words. See if you can use them to describe your veggies first of all. Once you've done that, you can see what we're going to do next. Okay, once you've compared your veggies and you've got them all lined up, we're going to have a go at measuring them. Now, as you move up through the school, you're going to learn how to measure really carefully, really precisely, because there's some special tools that we use to help us measure how long or how tall things are really precisely. But because we're just at the beginning of learning how to measure things, we can use anything we'd like to. I've decided to use some playing counters out of a game I've got at home. You could use anything you'd like, but you do need to make sure that the things that you're using are all the same size. So all of my counters are the same size, okay? I haven't got one big counter and one small counter. They're all the same size. So you might use some Lego bricks that are all the same size, or you might use some buttons or some gems. As long as they're all the same size, you can use them to measure how tall or how long your fruit and veggies are. Now, can you see what I've done? I've lined up my counter with the bottom of my apricot, look, okay? There we go, so it's nice and fair. And then I've stacked them or made a tower alongside my apricot so I can see how tall my apricot is. How many counters tall is my apricot today, guys? How many counters have I got? 1, 2. Well done. So I'm going to write, now I'm going to write it on the screen, but you could write yours on a little label. Number 2. My apricot is 2 counters tall, and I've put my number track there to help me just check what my number looks like if I can't remember what it looks like to help me write it down. So I've measured my apricot. My apricot is 2 counters tall. Let's have a go at another one, shall we? Here you can see that I've got my potato. I've got my apricot. I've got my apricot that I've already measured, and that one was 2, wasn't it? So let's write our number 2 here. Okay. And then let's have a look at measuring our potato. Now, I know that my face is down in the corner, so you can't quite see the bottom of this counter, but I promise you I've lined it up with the bottom of my potato, so it's nice and fair. And let's count, guys, how many counters high is my potato? 1, 2, 3, 4. My potato is 4 counters tall. So what number am I going to write for my potato? A number 4. And if I can't remember what it looks like, I can check on my number track to help me. Ready? 4. There we go. And like I say, you might write your label on a piece of paper by your veggies. I can write mine on the screen because I've got a picture. Okay. Now, once I've measured 2 of them, we're going to do that comparing again, guys. Okay. So, potato is 4 tall and my apricot is 2 tall. Which one is the tallest one? The potato. Well done, because we know that 4 is bigger than 2. And that's our maths job for today. We're comparing the length of things, we're measuring them, and then we're thinking which one is bigger and which one is smaller. Let's have a look at one last one together before I send you off. So, we've got our potato. Can you remember how tall was our potato? It was 4, wasn't it? Well done. And let's mark that on our number track as well, so we're nice and ready here. Okay. And then look, here's Mr. Spring Onion, and he was the tallest one of all, wasn't he? Shall we count and see how tall is Mr. Spring Onion? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He is 12 tall. Blimey, O'Reilly. Now, if I look at my number track, it stops at number 10. So, I'm going to add on 11 and 12. Okay. Now, if you're not sure about your numbers after 10, get your grown-up to help you. But I'm pretty sure you're all pretty snazzy with your numbers just past 10. So I'm going to label my spring onion. My spring onion is 12 counters tall. And then I can check on my number track. And I can see that clearly my spring onion is way taller than my potato, isn't it? Now, I knew even before I added my extra numbers on that it was going to be bigger, because if it was bigger than 10, it was definitely bigger than 4. Okay, guys? Well done. Okay then, my mathsy bunch, off you go and see how you get on. Get yourself some veggies, organise them in height order first and try and explain to your grown-up which one is taller and shorter and smallest and tallest, using that comparative language for me. And then see if you can measure them, and then see if you can compare them using your numbers. Lots of possible mathsy thinking that you can get your teeth into today. Have fun, and don't forget, Mr. Bray's celebration assembly is ready just before lunch for you to watch this week. I'll see you after lunch, ready for Friday afternoon.